Virtual tours allow the remote fruition of sites and environments with restricted access due to lack of surveillance measures, access difficulties for people with disabilities, or even the necessity to maintain microclimate conditions, as is the case with the Sistine Chapel, here reproduced through an interface realized at the Villanova University, Pennsylvania. Virtual tours are also useful for travel planning purposes. In the Virtual Tours of Italy website of the Italian Ministry for Tourism, an interactive map indicates the available tours, organized into 3 categories. By clicking on a signal icon, a site preview is displayed, from which the corresponding virtual tour can be launched. Here is the little town of Alberobello. The system interface allows us to move to linked sites by clicking on the dots overlying the image. The technique used is not top level, and the full screen mode emphasizes the low quality of shots. The virtual tours of the Adriatic Sea, developed at ITC within different programs funded by the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Interreg program and the Apulia region, were realized with the help of low-cost equipment and open-source software such as OpenLayer and Flash Panorama. The georeferenced sites, inventoried and organized into 5 typologies, were inserted in a WebGIS with search functionality. For example, the term Lucia entered in the field Point of Interest returns 3 results, 2 of which relate to the Abbey of Rocca di Cambio, one of the towns of the Abruzzo region that were damaged through the season of April 2009. The term scavi, meaning excavations, only returns results by performing an all-fields search. By clicking on the preview, the system launches the corresponding virtual tour. The system interface allows to visualize the information linked to this site. It consists in archaeological digs under the pavement on the Cathedral of Casamassima that are inaccessible to the public. It is also possible to explore both the image gallery of the linked sites and the gallery of focuses that are interesting details of the visited sites. By clicking on the face of the saint, the system leads us into the private chapel of Sant'Angelo, also inaccessible. In the full screen mode, we can appreciate the high resolution of images. On the Google map, we can then identify other sites in the chapel's surroundings. For example, let's choose the Santa Lucia Church. Navigate its rooms, discover the frescoes on the ceilings, and finally activate the demo mode, realized for demonstrative purposes, that leads us through the most interesting sites of this virtual tour. Before closing the presentation, let's make a comparison between the functions available on the websites developed by the Ministry and by ITC. On the ITC WebGIS, the search functionality is available, and in the virtual tours, the interlinked environments are featured with icons on images on Google Maps, apart from the site gallery. Other additional functions are also available. To conclude, some further examples. Here is the Little Museum of Srebrenica, Bosnia, in a tour realized within a capacity building program. Background information are managed through WikiSite. the Orthodox Church of St. Nicholas of Mesopotam, and the wonderful Blue Eye water spring in the south of Albania. Finally, the UNESCO site of Butrin, located a little further south near the Greek boundary.